It's Saturday afternoon, and I actually brought some notes with me because I want to make sure I don't forget anything I've been thinking or anything that I want to share with you.
Hi, I'm Zia. Welcome to my channel. I make videos about living full-time van life as a senior solo female.
As you could tell from the title of this video, I've had to have a bit of a reality check. I think I may have bitten off more than I can chew. So as you know, I am getting ready for full-time van life. And so I am in the process of packing up my apartment and my many, many years of collecting things, which I had planned on whittling down and weeding out, but I'm finding I'm just not having time for that. So everything's going in boxes to be stored, and I will deal with it at a later date. A few days ago, I had actually been waking up very early, several mornings in a row, and couldn't get back to sleep because I was feeling overwhelmed with packing, with the van renovations, and also with the YouTube channel. I love making YouTube videos, and I never intended to do a YouTube channel as anything more than a way of documenting last year's cross-Canada trip. But it's another pressure as well, because it takes quite a long time to edit them, to add the music, the voiceovers, the text, whatever you're going to put in it, even if they're short ones. And wanting to put one out every week, I was getting worried about that, because one of the things that's always motivated me to get things done is I tell people I'm going to do something. It's like I told so many people that I was going to drive across Canada that I realized I couldn't back out of that. I had to drive across Canada, and I'm so glad that I did. And then telling people I was going to document it on YouTube. And so I had to document it on YouTube. I know technically I didn't have to do either of those things, but I wanted to, and that's usually what helps motivate me. So the last few videos I've been talking about renovating the van, getting the window coverings done, and then the next video will probably be painting, and then the one after that will be putting new hardware on the cabinets, and then putting the floor down. And my daughter came downstairs a couple of mornings ago, and I was telling her how I was feeling. I was feeling a bit overwhelmed and feeling, frankly, tired, very tired. And she said to me, Mom, she said, we've been a little bit worried about you, because just packing up a house alone is a lot for anyone at any age. But she didn't say this, but what she was saying was, at 71, trying to do that plus renovate a van plus do a YouTube channel is a lot. And I totally agreed with her. What I realized was that when I was traveling in my van, it made me feel much younger. And so I let that inner part of me that still feels like the same person I was in the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years, could still do what I always used to be able to do. So I kind of let my enthusiasm for van life and the exciting renos push aside the reality of my age and capabilities. Now, that's not to say that I'm not going to do the things that I want to do in here, but I realize I have to shift my priorities a bit. The reality check was not only respecting my age and capabilities and the time I need to allow myself to get things done, but also because there were other priorities right now, and that is that before I hit the road full time, and that's in just slightly a few days over a month from now, Luna, my van, needs some TLC. I'm overdue for an oil change, that's for absolute sure. I had a flat tire, which I had switched out by BCAA, but I haven't had the nail taken out of the spare, which is on the back of the van now, so I need to get that fixed. But also, I'm hearing a funny chirping kind of noise when I'm driving, which might be some sort of belt, like a fan belt maybe. And also, when I've been braking, I notice that I kind of do this. Well, I don't do this, but the van does this. And it's kind of limping to a stop. And I don't know if it's just something to do with the brakes, if there's a problem with the rotor. So those things are going to cost money. And because part of my decision to do van life was financial, it's a lot to take on. Repairs of the van, which who knows how much that'll cost. You know what things cost these days, right? So I've got 4 calls into 4 different repair shops asking them if they're capable or willing to work on this van. If you're thinking about van life and you're thinking about buying an older van, bear in mind that a lot of places won't accept vehicles that are over 10 years old. They don't want to work on them. I think a lot of young mechanics nowadays, they need to be able to do their diagnostic, use their diagnostic tools to figure out what's wrong with rather than how mechanics used to go about it by listening and test driving and things like that. So I need to find a company that's willing to work on an older vehicle, but also a company that has vehicle lifts that can lift one this big and this heavy. So that does restrict you somewhat. I even went into a Canadian Tire here in Richmond, and their lift wasn't strong enough to be able to pick this vehicle up to do even an oil change on it. So keep that in mind, that you may have a little more trouble finding a place that will work on your vehicle. But anyway, I digress. The plan now, the new plan, the reality check plan, is that I will focus on prioritizing the packing. I will be finishing the window coverings because I don't want to be out on the road and not be able to cover my windows at night. So I will be doing that, and I will show that to you. I will be putting down the floor, and if time allows, I would like to paint the cabinets. The rest of the painting, I was talking about doing the ceiling and doing the walls. That's going to have to wait for sure. Now here's the issue that comes up with not doing everything that I plan to do. If the walls are left this kind of teal color, aqua color, the pinstripe fabric does not go with that. It's too green. Funny enough, I've hung up one of the pillow shams from the bedding, and I also have the duvet cover just draped over the mattress in the back. Even though the background in that fabric is a dark green, some of the other colors in it seem to go pretty well with the color of the walls and the ceiling. So I think I can get away with that. I'll just have to return the pinstripe fabric. And I had wanted to paint the cabinets in that really pretty soft green color, but that definitely won't go with the countertops and the wall and ceiling color. So those I'm probably going to do just a creamy color. I don't know if it'll be a warm white. I really didn't want to paint them white. Or if it'll be a soft background color, but more neutral from the main fabric that I've chosen. let me know what you think about those ideas, or if you've got any suggestions for me. I'm looking at a case of All in Good Time, My Pretty. It will get done, and I'm excited about doing that. And just the small little changes that I'm going to make, even if I don't get to paint the cabinets right now, it's okay. I can even do those throughout the summer. A lot of people that live full-time in their vans that are trying to get some renovations done, they'll go to their local hardware store and buy what they need, and then they'll pull over into a far corner of the parking lot and make the changes there in the parking lot. So there are ways to get these things done. It just won't be done as quickly as I'd hoped, and I hope that's not too disappointing. But I've got to cut myself some slack, I think. I want to enjoy the process, and yeah, all in good time, my pretty. That's the reality check for me right now. And I'm just hoping that the maintenance and repairs that are needed on Luna are not going to be astronomical in cost. I will let you know what needed to be done. I'm not surprised that she needs work, because she took me on a 10,000 plus mile or 16,000 plus kilometer trip last year. So she deserves a little TLC too. Oh, and one more thing just before I go. I said in one of my very first videos that if my YouTube channel motivated even one person to say, you know, that lady's in her 70s, so she can do this trip, renovation, whatever, well, then it can't be that hard, so I can do it too. And the one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to give people false hopes. I don't want somebody to look and go, oh my God, she's getting all that stuff done, I'm going to do that, and then find out that it's just too much. And yeah, I don't want to give anybody false hope. I want to encourage people to, especially us senior women, to follow our dreams and to do the things we want to do, but also to respect ourselves and our energy, and give ourselves the time to do what we need to do. And I always want to be authentic. I was going to try and push myself and get started on the painting, and I went, no, that's not okay. You've got to be honest with people. I hope you'll come back and see me again. And spring is here in BC, and I'm so looking forward to coming season and my trip to Vancouver Island, which I hope you'll join me on in a month's time. I think that's it for me for now. And as always, wherever you are, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you've had a wonderful week. And please give me a thumbs up, share with friends if you think you might know someone who might be interested. And subscribe. That would be great. I really appreciate that. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.